Real quick, I want to talk about something that's been driving me and pretty much all of the reasonable half of the internet nuts. That's drama queen fanboys that have no moderation. Please stop. You're ruining the internet. So this has been one of those years that there's just been a lot of really divisive movies that have made people very angry. So you've got Batman v Superman, a movie that didn't live up to anyone's hopes and dreams. No one was happy with the end result, or fully happy with the end result. But if you read comment sections, you would think it's the worst movie ever made and has no redeeming qualities, which is silly. Of course it has redeeming qualities. Of course there are things in it that you can enjoy. There's just a lot of things that I can understand why a bunch of you don't like the movie at all. But that's different from saying it's garbage with no redeeming qualities. We move along. We see a bunch of trailers for a really bad Ghostbusters movie. Then the movie comes out and it gets decent to positive reviews. It's not great reviews. They're not glowing reviews, but they're good enough reviews. And the internet goes nuts just accusing critics of faking it, of just giving it positive reviews for feminist agendas and things, like all kinds of stuff. So I gave it a positive review, a mildly positive review. I'll tell you right now, I have no feminist agenda. I am not going to give anything a positive review because they put women in it because I have some sort of agenda. That's never going to happen. I gave it a positive review because I found enjoyment in the film. I have no agenda, but if you read the internet, you'd think I do. And at the time I posted my review, I had like 5 subscribers. Then I hadn't posted a video in like 2 years. I post my video, and within minutes, someone dislikes it. I post as vanilla and boring of a review as you can imagine. I just say, I kind of liked it. I can get why you didn't like it. And someone disliked that, as if I'd said something offensive or weird or bad, because people on the internet just kind of went cuckoo, just disliking anybody that gave it a positive review. Just going crazy. And I was arguing with all kinds of people about the box office performance, about everything about this movie, just because people were mad they remade Ghostbusters and they changed it to women. Then Suicide Squad gets negative reviews on Facebook, on Facebook. It has gotten that too. But it gets negative reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and the critics come together and they give it bad reviews, really bad Rotten Tomatoes score. Someone puts out a petition to have Rotten Tomatoes torn down, and it gets 15,000 signatures. That's stupid. Likewise, but you see the exact opposite in comment sections now that the movie's come out, and people have seen people saying, this movie is utter garbage without redeeming qualities. Once again, if you saw this movie and didn't think that Will Smith was charismatic, I don't know what you think charismatic is. I don't know what you think likable is. There's a bunch of things in this movie that were likable and fun about it. Messy plot, bad villain, totally agree. But there was things in it that were worthwhile. But there's people just trashing it. There's another garbage movie from DC. Those morons don't know what they're talking about. Fanboys, internet people, find moderation. Find normal opinions. Allow people to voice opinions you disagree with without getting emotional in just negative ways. You can be passionate about what you believe, but don't let that just jump over you using logic and reason and trying to explain yourself, and you're just kind of garbling out nonsense and attacking people. So, another one that came up, they announced they're doing The Rocketeer 2, and it's going to be set 6 years after the original one, and they're swapping out the lead guy for an African-American female. So I grew up on the original Rocketeer, and that seems like a really strange decision, so I voiced in a comment section that I wasn't crazy about this because it seemed like a very odd choice that felt like it might have had an agenda behind it, and they're just trying to do something for less than story purposes. I could be wrong. I wrote that, and someone called me a Nazi white supremacist. A Nazi white supremacist because I suggested that perhaps this was a marketing decision rather than a plot decision. I'm a Nazi white supremacist. That is not a logical conclusion from what I said. That is not reasonable. It's an attack on me as a person, assuming motives about me when this person knows nothing about me at all, except I'm not crazy about the idea of making a Rocketeer 2. Fanboys freak out at me in the comment section. If you spend any time in a comment section, you know this is true. People freak out on other people just because they have different opinions. And there's no moderation. Please stop ruining the internet. Calm down, use your brain, and articulate reasons why you disagree with people. And here's another idea. Don't assume the worst of people you disagree with. Just because someone hears news about something and thinks, I don't particularly like that, and it involves gender or race, it doesn't mean they're a racist or a sexist. Maybe they just don't think something's a good idea, or maybe they notice that Hollywood sometimes has agendas and less than pure motives in why they do things, because we all know that's true. So don't assume the worst of people when you're discussing things with them. Assume they too have a brain that they're using and not just passionately spewing emotion about things. Please, internet, calm down and think about things, and let's have reasonable discussion. I know it's not going to happen, but at least try for a second. At least try and use your brain. Thank you. That's all I got. If you like this little mini rant, click that like button, subscribe. I'm sure I'll rant about more things as I get annoyed by the internet more and more on every given day. Therefore, I decided to join the conversation. Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment. Thank you much for watching.